Hello guys, welcome to the knowledge domain, the concept of life sciences and biotechnology. We have discussed three types of gene editing tools. So here we are going to discuss the CRISPR gene editing tool in detail. So CRISPR, the full form is clustered. You can see it is a clustered, regularly interspaced. You can see regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. These are the repeats, which are palindromic, the similar in sequence. So CRISPR. What is CRISPR? It is a adaptive immune system. It is not right to say it is immune, but it is an adaptive system for the bacteria to protect itself from the infection of viruses and plasmids. So this is CRISPR. This is trans-activating CRISPR RNA. This is the nuclease Cas9, and these are the other Cas present in the bacteria. So here, this is the pro-CRISPR RNA, like exact transcription from this CRISPR. We have the repeats. Between the repeats, we have the spacers. This is the Cas9 nuclease. This is the trans-activating CRISPR RNA transcribed from here, and this is the RNase-3. So here we have the spacers, and these are the repeats. So each of them is present or nuclease recruit themselves to each of these repeats. So you can see that each of this is the bacteria, how it is happening in the bacteria. So after the first processing step by the RNase-3 cleavage, you can see this is processed. So this is one spacer and this is one repeat. So one repeat is there, one tracer RNA is there, and this is the intermediate CRISPR RNA. So here there is second processing. After second processing, you see this is the tracer RNA, it is here, and this is one of the repeat, this is here, and this is one of the sequence matured CRISPR RNA that is specific to a specific genome of a plasmid or it is the specific sequence of a plasmid or specific genome of a virus. So when this genome is means this Cas9 is going to lodge itself or go and sit at the protospace or adjacent motifs. How it recognizes this PAM? Because this sequence, this is called the guide sequence. It goes and hybridizes with means sequence of this DNA, double stranded DNA. So when it goes and hybridizes, after that the nucleus recruits itself and sits at the protostructure adjacent motifs, and it cuts the DNA just 3 nucleotide upstream of the PAM into there are two double stranded break. So here the DNA, this is a plasmid DNA or a viral DNA that is being cut into two pieces because of the presence of a double stranded break. So this final form after the processing of the transactivating CRISPR RNA and process rRNA along with this guide and these spacers, we designed the sgRNA. So here this is guide is designed by specific software to identify specific target on specific genome, and this is present in a plasmid. They are fused together and it is prepared. This is called the R loop. So this 20 nucleotide guide identify the specific portions of the targeted DNA, go and hybridize there. So there is a PM here. It is NGG means this PAM is usually the guides is written in such a way that there is a NGG here and the Cas9 nucleus go and sits here and it brings a double stranded break 3 nucleotide upstream of this guide sequence. So after this double stranded break, the repair of this DNA is possible by using the repair system of the host cell. So when there is a donor, a homologous means chromosome, then it takes it as a template and it make exact copy of this broken DNA so that there is no mutations or there is no alterations in the final DNA portions. But when there is no donor available, then it is the save or salvage repair. This is called the non-homologous end joining. And because of this non-homologous end joining, there is an insertion or deletion in the target DNA. We call it indel. And because of this, there is the effect of knockout effect. So how the gene editing usage? These are the subjects, cell lines, animals, plants, human clinical trials, where we culture cells by transfection, living organism by transgenesis. So this is our objective, that we can treat pulmonary, gastrointestinal, hematologic diseases, problem in the immune system. Then we can prevent the viral infections or cure the viral diseases. We can cure autoimmune and the inflammatory diseases as well as the cancers. Along with it, we can use the gene editing tool for the basic studies like the inactivated by the homologous recombination or blocking RNA through the RNA interface. So these are the repair, insertion, deletion, the substitution. This is done by the manipulation. These mutations may interrupt, eliminate, or correct defect in the genes, ability to correct inherent errors in the DNA that cause the disease. SNP editing can be done. We can prevent knockouts. We can repair the mutations. We can induce therapeutics transgene. And as I discussed earlier, viral diseases can be cured. But there are limitations of using the gene manipulation, like mutation in a gene is difficult to repair. When pseudogenes to replace the mutated genes, this is one of the limitations. Another limitation is the disease cause is when it is misfolding, protein misfolding, or accumulation in the tissue. For example, the amyloidosis, its expression could be downregulated at several points in its pathway of expression. So these are the two limitations where gene manipulation is difficult to perform. Then coming to the two other gene editing tools. One is the zinc finger motifs. Here you can see it looks like a finger. It can be from the 3 to 6, but in this diagram it is the 4 zinc finger is there. So this is the place that is identified by this zinc finger, and this is in the antisense identified by the zinc finger, and the target site is 3 to 6 nucleotide between the identifying feature for the zinc finger, and this double stranded break is done by the nuclease FOK1. Similarly, this is the transcription activator like effector, means nuclease, the tail end. You can see this is the means from the N terminal domain to C terminus, and at the C terminus, this is the half repeat, it is not the full repeat, and this is the same FOK1 nuclease. So like this zinc finger, it is also arranged. So this is the targeted cleavage site, and one on the sense and the antisense they arranged. Means these two, this zinc finger as well as this talon, they identify the targets and the cleavage is present in between them. So like the CRISPR, here after that double stranded break, if we are going for the non-homologous end joining, we can do the gene disruption, we can do the tag ligation, and we can do the large deletion. Same in zinc finger, same in talon. Similarly, if we have a donor, we can do the gene correction, we can do the targeted gene addition, or we can do the transgene stacking. So all these NHEJ and HDR can be performed by the zinc finger, by the talon, and by the CRISPR. So this is another comparison among these three. So if we see the DNA target specificity, then here it is the zinc finger protein that identify the target. Here it is a transcription activator like effector identify the target. Here the CRISPR RNA or single guide RNA identify the target. The nuclease is FOK1 in ZFN and the talon it is Cas9. There are Cas3, Cas11 also in case of the CRISPR. Success rate it is low because it is the first gene editing tool discussed, but it is almost similar in case of the TALEN and the CRISPR. Average mutation rate it is less in case of the zinc finger, but it is almost similar in case of the TALEN and the CRISPR. But the specific determining length targets of the here it is the zinc finger, here it is the transactivating like effectors, and here it is the sgRNA. This is 18 to 36 bases. This is long 30 to 40. In case of the CRISPR, it is 18 to 22 nucleotides. And this is the G reach for the means preparation of the zinc finger. This is starts with the T and ends with the A. And here, as I discussed, the protospacer adjacent motif is a NGG or it is a NAG. Then design density, this is 1 for 100 bases. It is at least 1 for base pair and it is 1 for 8 bases. Off target effect, this is almost similar in all the cases. Cytotoxicity is more in ZFN and it is low here. So if you see, then this is CRISPR, it is 20 and it is easy to handle. So it is becoming very popular globally. And a lot of things are being done nowadays that we will discuss in this presentation, the following slides. So now we know that we have the various gene editing tools and how to deliver them. So one of the delivery is the viruses like AAV, lentivirus and the ADV. Then it can be with the lipid nanoparticle. It can be using a carrier polymer. It can be through the micro injection or it can be through the electroporation. So in the electroporation, you use a specific capacitance electricity for a small time of period. It makes pores in the cells through which the gene editing system, the cassette, this is delivered into the cell. This is called the electroporation. So this is the various viral delivery system, the retrovirus, lentivirus, herpes virus, the RNA viruses, adeno-associated and the plasmid are the DNA viruses. So in different delivery viral system, the size of the insert or the size that need to be transfected into the cells or infected into the cell, it varies. The herpes take the maximum size. So depending on our objective, we choose any of this delivery system. Then this is one example where this CRISPR-Cas9 is used for the means it is used in case of the disease, a real disease, a congenital disease that is already published. So this DMD is a Duchenne muscular dystrophy disease, which is a X-linked monogenic neuromuscular, and this is dystrophin. Mutation in the DMD result in the dystrophin. So here you can see the exon 44 is deleted, and the objective is to delete the exon 45 and to see the effect. So here, as I said, this is the NGG, the protospacer adjacent motif, and 1, 2, 3. Here there is a double standard break is the 3 nucleotide upstream of this protospacer adjacent motif. So the Cas9 will sit here. And in this, there are 3 sgRNA are used using the 3 different promoters. And here, this is SCAB, the cell complementary AAV. And here you see it is showing the better effect than the single stranded AAV. So this is total genomic indel and this is one nucleotide insertion. So when you see the functional studies, this is the wild type and here there is no main gene editing tools is here, and this is the single stranded AAV. This is the cell complementary AAV. This is showing a better effect. This is the single stranded AAV. This is the cell complementary AAV. So the cell complementary AAV is showing a better effect, but the objective is that when you delete the exon 45, it is showing the specific force of the muscles are increasing. So it is same in case of these muscles also. This is the EDL muscles. EDL muscle is a fast twitch muscle and the soleus is a slow twitch muscle. In both cases, they see the similar results. So here it is the maximal tetanic force is seen. You can see this is the wild type, and when you are using the cell complementary AAB 8 into 10 to the power 13, it is approaching toward the wild type. Means the muscle contraction force is increasing when the axon 45 is deleted. And here in the soleus muscles, you see the similar results. So it is working in vivo also. And in this case, the delivery is in the postnatal day 4. And these mice are exon 44 deleted mice. And the way it is delivered is the intraperitoneal. So these are the various gene therapy protocols. And this is the various gene editing tools used in the clinical trials for the HPV, HIV, then muscle invasive bladder cancer stage 4. So this is also in the clinical trials. So this is the first time what happened that when we have a better tool that is easy to handle. There is a study published in Protein Cell 2015 from China where they manipulated it through pro-nuclear zygote. And this brings a lot of hue and cry globally, like a scientific ethical debate between the China and the West. But the argue of this paper is because it is a triploid non-viable zygote, so experimental manipulation can be performed on this type of zygotes. And the global community seems to be agreeing with this because the UK government agency approves editing genes in the human embryo when the zygotes are non-viable. So after this, there is another problem came that this is another study, a Chinese guy, so who recruited 8 couples who are husband is HIV positive. He has collected 30 fertilized eggs and he manipulated the eggs by using CRISPR. The objective is to delete the CCR file so that if the childs are born, they cannot be infected with the HIV. And when they are edited, they are implanted in the wife's uterus. So 30 fertilized eggs, 70% successful means 21 successfully edited eggs. So at least we know the 2 viable babies born. One of them is Lulu, another of them is Nana. But the problem is after that there is a word even cry because it is a deployed viable zygote. So there are problems. So this person it is investigated and it is found that the consent was not taken properly and it is a big problem, at least for the time now. So gene editing's ethics and perspective. So germline modification is no longer a priority for our society, but there are desire of the parents, like they want long-lived humans, their offspring should be long-lived. They should be resistant to spectrum of diseases, immune to drug addictions, have a low risk of developing mental diseases, and lack of aggression. These are the desires of the parents. So we are at the crossroad because we can edit the genes and it is already being done. So what would be the consequence for the human species? The specific request of the families. It can go in different directions because we know that it can go in any directions. So we are at the crossroad as I am discussing. So we need a proper regulatory issues in the gene editing, like pro-actionary approach versus ethical thinking ahead of approach, self-regulation versus top-down regulation, transparency versus confidentiality, education and the punishment.